All right,
yeah.
so in this episode, we talk about all of the speed bumps that happen along the road of closing and how we eventually solved them all to get our two houses. Welcome everyone to Investing with the Vinos. I'm Josh.
I'm Hannah.
And this is our journey in real estate investing. If you want to follow me on Instagram, follow me here. She's hiding.
I like to be private.
But this week was a really fun week. We are officially homeowners.
Yay.
To homes that need a lot of repair, but have great potential.
It's all about that ARV, guys.
But before we dive into all the other things that we have to do, there were a lot of steps in terms of once we were under contract and then went through the closing process. The two properties, the Miller and the Ellsworth property here, both have very different stories. We finance them differently. The Miller house we financed through
Conventional loan.
Good. Look here.
Conventional loan.
And then the SWAT house we financed through
Hard money loan.
Wow.
I know. Hard money loan.
And so let's just take it one at a time. Which one do you want to start with first?
Ellsworth, because that was surprisingly a lot easier than the Miller property, which I was not expecting.
Yeah. So the Ellsworth house, aka SWAT house, the one that
Yeah.
needs a lot more work, that has basically needs a full new roof and a $40K, $35K in rehab. So it was pretty straightforward. I contacted probably about 20 or so different hard money lenders. We got pre-approvals for all of them. I was going with one lender all the way up until almost 10 days out. And that was actually the hard part, as I wanted to switch last minute because they were, the one I was switching to was going to require us to put basically $10,000 less money into the deal. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I remember that happening, but during that process, essentially what happened was that you found one, you were going with them, but then you found another one that was going to give you better numbers. So you did end up switching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He probably doesn't love you very much.
No, I don't know if we'd ever do business again. There's a lot of
Yeah.
hard money lenders. If you are out there, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was $10,000. We can keep in a reserve fund just in case versus putting that on the table. So we switched last minute. Our agents were actually kind of concerned that we would be able to get the deal done in time with the new lenders, just because we were switching it kind of 10 days out. But I threw a little bit of trust into people that I've never met before. A couple roadblocks. First off, one, tell them.
Okay, so what was required was that we had to get the bid from the contractor, which is the itemized list of projected repairs, and like the bid that we were going off of was just like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like no rhyme or reason, just kind of which line item would go into which category for the lender.
The difference of a hard money lender is that they approve based on the deal. So if the property has some potential, they'll fund the purchase price and they'll also fund the rehab. The next one was that for whatever reason, there was some kind of miscommunication in terms of whatever final underwriting loan documents the lender needed to give the title company, which no one talked about. Like for some reason, it seemed like our realtor didn't know, we didn't know, someone on our lending team. It was just a confusion, which then delayed our closing time by 2 days. And I still don't really know what the miscommunication was.
Vague,
it was really vague, and it worked. I mean, they accepted. There was no extra. The Miller property, though, the one that the house was already remodeled, conventional loan, the usual. This one was the problem child.
It was the problem child. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
All right. So what was the first issue we ran into?
The Miller property, the lender for the conventional loan would not approve us for the loan because they wanted the roof to get fixed. Something was wrong with the roof. Was it the chimney?
Yeah. So the chimney wasn't sealed. So when it would rain or snow, the water would come into the chimney, and then it would leak into the bedroom, which it was vacant for a couple months, and now mold was happening because no one's taking care of it. And then the lender said, we won't lend on the property until it's fixed.
And then, so we had to figure out who was going to fix the roof who was going to fix this leak because technically it wasn't ours yet. And so we were uncomfortable paying for it prior to actually closing on it. So I know, I'm so stressful. I feel stressed.
Yeah, the seller didn't want to pay for it, and so we said, fine, we'll front the money, contingent on the fact that if we don't close for whatever reason, you're going to refund us. So we wrote that on the side amendment contract. They signed it. We got the roof fixed.
But then the
lender came back.
The lender came back and said there was still another problem. There was mold growing. So between the time that we put the offer in and got under contract, and then to this point in time, I guess the mold had sort of accumulated, because of the weather or whatnot. And then so they wanted us to take care of the mold issue.
That was on the inside.
Yeah.
So we fixed the roof for $1,000. They wanted the inside also fixed.
And who
then,
ended up paying for that?
So for the second time the appraiser came back in, which every single time the appraiser came back in, we paid $150, not $150. When the appraiser came back the second time, and we've already, in our good faith, paid for the roof repairs, we said, hey, we need to ask for a price reduction because
Okay, I gotta work on my.
but we asked for a price reduction, and so we asked $500 of price reduction to fix the inside, and they accepted.
$500, so they took $500 off?
No, this was like a side deal. They were basically paying Paul directly for the repairs that we would have paid for.
Okay, see, that's a distinction that people need to know because I heard, we took $500 off the purchase price, but what really ended up happening was that this was a repair that we would have already had to do, but the seller paid Paul directly to fix it.
Yes, thank
prior
you.
to us closing.
Yeah.
See, that's a distinction I didn't know. I should know.
Bubbles in my nose.
Yeah. As the project manager, you need to keep me abreast of these things.
You were on the call.
Really?
Yes.
It's been a rough week, okay? These are wins, but it's been rough. So let's just in all fairness. Okay.
Well, so we got that fixed, got that appraised, good to go. In touch with the title company, and I was like, do I need to sign on Thursday? Do I need to sign on Friday? Which is today. Today's Friday. And she was like, no, we can sign on Friday. And I was like, all right, cool. Right. So yesterday, we were all busy, meetings. She was helping her family
Thursday.
as well. Yeah, yesterday, Thursday. She I was in Monterey for work. She was helping her family. And then I get a call at 10. Hey, no, you need to close today. Oh my God. So she rushes back. I rush back from Monterey.
Because they sent a notary to our home.
A closer comes to the house. We sign the documents. Cool. We're all done. I'll wire the money.
But so we thought we're all good, and then yay, we get a notice this morning.
Yeah, this
Was
morning.
like, no, you guys, we dated it wrong. It should be today, not yesterday.
Yeah, the lender said, hey, because you signed on Thursday, but the mortgage documents were printed as on Friday, you need to re-sign everything. So technically, we didn't have the house yesterday. So we re-signed, and we now have two houses. Yes!
Yay!
Was a lot.
That was a lot. We're gonna have to cut a lot of that out.
Yeah.
But
How interesting was that? I'm not sure,
we
but
don't know. But there was a lot.
I would say that it's never over until it's over.
There was a lot of hiccups, and we triumphed. And now we have two properties. Okay, can I just enter one fact people don't understand is that when you think real estate investing, everyone talks about it's passive income, it's passive income. It is not passive. Like the whole list of things that you have to do to get to this point is not passive. It's like literally another job that you take on. So that is a very misleading term that it's passive income. It's certainly not.
Oh, yeah, it's not passive. But that's also why you run into all these hurdles and you're like, is it even worth it at the end of the day? But you have to keep thinking, hey, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, the principal pay down, the appreciation, the cash flow, that's it's not a get rich fast. It's a get rich slow.
I think what I learned was what I was experiencing was I was getting really confused with the facts and action items because we were doing both the properties at the same time. And a lot of it, you kind of just handled. And so it was hard for me to, register what was happening versus like me actually doing hands-on, like when I was talking to the contractors and stuff, that's when I was like finally clicking, like, okay, yeah, the Miller needs this, and then the Ellsworth property needs this, and this is who's going to work on what. So I have to be like a lot more hands-on in order for me to like keep up with what was going on. Because like every day I'm like, wait, what property are we closing on? Wait, which one is what? And wait, well, who's happening? It was like constant, just like that, and it's not helpful.
Yeah, what I would have done differently is on the negotiating table is instead of asking for price reductions, which then reduces your loan amount, ask for seller credits so that the money that you're bringing to the table is less.
Going somewhere. Let's just stay on track.
Okay, just how about this? If you do a price reduction, I'm giving her $18,000 as my down. On a seller credit, because now she's crediting me $10,000, I'm only bringing $8,000. That's the difference. Right there. Done. Seller credits means you're bringing less money down because they are bringing the other part to it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That last one was better.
Oh, took a second. Okay, anyways, that's what we do. So how are you feeling?
I think it's really cool to say that we own 2 properties in Columbus, but you know, I really felt like I thought once we close, it would be like, let's celebrate. I mean, he even whipped out the champagne and whatnot, but to me, it feels more like we've just obtained a lot more responsibility and risk, because I guess it's not that instant gratification. That's what it is. It's not instant gratification. It's not instant money in your pocket. That was loud. It's not instant money in your pocket. And so it's very much like this feeling like this rehab needs to really, you know, work within our numbers. And, you know, we have to get a tenant in there in the other property to rent it out. And so for me, it feels like we've just leveled up in responsibility. So like, I'm not, you know, that's super negative to think of it like that because I'm just a negative person, but you know.
So the optimist version now.
Yes, my better half.
Is congratulations, we have now earned the right to have new problems.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, I mean, that's actually from bigger pockets.
Yeah, definitely from bigger pockets, I know, but
now we get to worry about rehab.
It's a good problem to have. Like, we got things to handle. We got things to do.
So we will keep you posted on the rehab. We'll break down kind of how we found our team. I know we've always been saying that, but we will eventually. You know, you guys have to ask us. That's what it is. Just, you know, in the comments below.
Jinx.
So if you are enjoying our journey, if you're learning a lot, please make sure to hit the like button because you like us and we're cool people, right? Don't forget to also subscribe, turn the notification bell. If you would like a free stock and you want to, you know, play a little bit, get a free stock. Click the link down below. I get a stock, you get a stock, we get a stock. That's the thing, I'm telling you. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers. Ding. Cheers. Ooh, that's pretty. Pretty. Ooh. Oh, the focus. Pretty.
Some Nicolas Filetine Latte. Champagne. I hate it when champagne doesn't have the tab to take off the foil.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Gosh.
First world problems.
Rule number 1 when opening champagne is to make sure that before you take off the cage to have your finger on the cage, because then you don't want the cork to come flying, hit someone in the face, all of a sudden, you'll shoot your eye out. Name that movie.
You're a man of many skill sets. So I'm gonna turn that off. Ooh, a bigger pockets notification.
So I mentioned our keyword, Columbus.
Columbus.
All right, so you take this. It's approximately 5.5 turns.
Here you guys show it in the camera.
3, 4, 5.5. And then you know that if you can open champagne well, is if you can't hear the cork, it should just be a hiss.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's
but
what
everyone loves the cork.
Everyone loves the cork, but in fine dining, it should just be a.
Okay, we're just commoners, okay?
I'm not a commoner.
I'm nervous.
Feel it.
Oh, you commoner!
Well, cheers, you guys. We have a lot to tell. Always serve the guest first.
Am I the guest? I feel I'm the co-host, actually.
Yes, but you're my wife, my love. So I must serve you first.
So sweet.
All right. Well, cheers, babe.
Cheers to a long and fruitful week.
We went from, in the beginning of this week, to not owning one house to now owning multiple homes.
2 homes,
Yeah,
specifically.
2 homes. Did you hear the bubbles? Very tight bubbles.
It's a little fruity tooty.
Apples, pears, very fruit forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I love it. I mean, if
She's bougie now. She used to drink $4 Andre sparkling bottom of
not
the
to
barrel.
hate on Andre.
And she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, $40 champagne. It's not enough."
Not bougie. I just don't like it fruity.
You gotta show the labels because I'm in marketing.
Oh, sorry, babe.